Welcome in. Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Hello. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything's going to resonate today here in these messages as I read the energy. Take what helps you. Take what helps you to help yourself. And only that. Leave the rest behind. Here we go. Taurus, let's get into your message today. We'll use a couple tarot decks. Messages for our Taurus, for our bulls. Here's what wanted to come out. The Lovers. This is harmony. Finding harmony. Yeah. I'm hearing, look in the mirror and find harmony. Four of Swords, look in the mirror, find harmony. And also there's something about doing the right thing here. Take a time out. Really look. Eight of Wands, the Fool in the reverse. Because when you really look, it's going to answer the questions you've been asking. And one in particular is, how do I get things moving when I feel stuck? That's been a theme this week, feeling stuck. How do I get things moving when I feel stuck? What else do we have here, Taurus? How do I pick up the pace? How do I move the energy? Five of Pentacles. Yeah, more feeling stuck energy here. In lack, feeling in lack. I feel like you have pretty good self-confidence, though. You're just feeling like something's lacking. The support of others or something like that. The sun. Yeah, overall, you feel like I have the goods to really make something happen here. Why doesn't it happen? Okay. Why don't I find my happy place? Or why is there always something blocking that? Let's find out. Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. You're wondering, like, where are my new beginnings? Why do they never happen? You know, I put in time, energy. I learn new things. Where are the new beginnings? Why aren't doors open to me? Why aren't people helping me with the doors? You know, opening up the doors, or gatekeepers wanting me to be a part of something. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups. You're feeling like opportunities are given elsewhere, are given to others. Why not to you? Eight of Cups. Two of Cups. I can sense your confusion. I'm confused. We'll get to it. Six of Pentacles. Because you give too much. Others feel like you expect too much. Something along those lines. Do you jump in too quickly, try to intertwine with people too quickly? Somehow they feel maybe uncomfortable about that. Do you show up authentically, or do you try and be like this person that you admire? Do you try and be like them? Is that uncomfortable for them? Overly something. Walk away from the overly giving, like something overly done. Strength, the Hermit. Gain some enlightenment here. Take some time with these thoughts. Where is your strength? Where does your strength lie? You know, don't be emulating somebody else. Know your strengths. Don't feel like you have to overgive in order to be liked. Know your strengths. Know what you come to the table with. Judgment and the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Place judgment on situations in that. See them a little bit more clearly, okay? There's something about you come in really, I get this. I get that you're excited about something and you want it to work, but you come in too hot, something like that, okay? And then people, they want to kind of back down from you a little bit. Come in a little bit more subtle. I feel like some of you are saying that's really hard for me. That's not really my thing. I'm very energized, okay? 9 of Pentacles. You've been on your own a lot. It has required a lot of energy on your part to come in hot because it's been you, creating your career, or you doing for you, okay? But let's just... So assimilating with others, there's just a little bit of a hiccup here, okay? Knight of Pentacles, go slower. Yeah. See, you can come in hot and do what you need to do for your work or your life because you need to get 100,000 things done in a week or something like that, or that's how it feels. But with other people, they're at a slower pace and you get a hell of a lot done. But now when Spirit's saying you're trying to assimilate with others, they're not getting that much done. They're getting like 4 things done in a week. You're getting 100,000, obviously an exaggeration, but you sense the energy there. So yeah, it's not so much off-putting as it's just overwhelming. People can't really take you in without being overwhelmed. And then they have a sense of, I have to kind of retreat. Okay, not I don't like you, but they do retreat. That's why it's not, when you ask, why doesn't it work? Why isn't there an offer? People find you a little bit too much. 5 of Swords. They think you're competitive. They think you're going to outdo them. You may very well outdo them, because you expect a lot. You expect a lot from people and you expect a lot from yourself, okay? I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's just a personal side. But ask yourself, are you comfortable with that? Because that's the way you're coming across. Very competitive. And so maybe you don't get these opportunities because just flat out people are thinking, oh, you'll outshine me. It might be so simple as that, just someone worried because they don't have the self-confidence you do, something like that. Page of Wands. Let's get to advice. So make sure it's something that you're... engaged in. It's very exciting for you. It's, lights a fire under you. Be discerning about what it is you want to go after. Because I feel like in a lot of ways you're going after, let's just go fishing and see what I catch, or let's just throw some stuff on the wall and see what sticks, something like that. So, look at this carefully. Look at how you're, maybe coming across to others. Look at that carefully. And then also look at what is like one or two areas you want to pursue for real, okay? And then watch the communication, don't be kind of, I know you don't perceive it as overbearing, but consider perhaps others find it overbearing. So, come in with your whole heart, but, just be a little bit, just be aware. Just be aware of what we're talking about. Queen of Pentacles, stay grounded. Stay grounded in your communication and your actions as you interact with others. 2 of Swords in the reverse. Be clear on the grounded. You got to be very grounded. So an example might be if you're in a job interview and you're saying, yeah, I can handle it. Yeah, whatever it is, like, give me all of that. Sure, I can do it. Yeah. And they've mentioned like 80 things and they're like, well, what do you think? I got it. I just got it. And you have it. And you will turn around and make it happen within the month or 2 months, or like something ridiculous, things that people haven't gotten to in years. But instead say, I love this. I love that you're so excited about these 80 things, just as my example. And what are the highlights here of what you'd want to achieve in the next month, or let them kind of narrow it down and then pump in your enthusiasm, because you can do all 80 things, that, but let other people take the lead a little bit, I guess. Find out where they want to go. And of these 80 things, we really like these 2 in particular, and we want to get these done by the end of the month. And then you say, yeah, I love them too. And what do you love about them? Okay, get them talking. You've already got it in your mind that you've got those done, because you've been on your own a lot. But I'm just saying, and you do great there. But somebody here is trying to assimilate with others, and it's more about letting them feel less intimidated by you, I guess. Now, that's not dimming your shine. You'll never hear that on this channel. But it's just Page of Cups in the reverse. it's just a let people feel good about themselves too, because you're so extraordinary. You're gonna outshine the people, so let them have their flowers too. Then you'll see a different approach here with offers, I think. I feel like that's the message. Yeah, then you'll see the rewards. Then you'll see the Six of Wands. You'll see the rewards. You'll see the victories here. You're coming across as being competition that they aren't interested in or they're worried about. Don't come across like that. Come across as a person that's going to help the team type energy. And that's come out a lot this week too, that energy. King of Wands. Yeah, you're so dynamic. You're such a standout. You know, it's worked when you've been on your own, but it does require a different way when you're assimilating with others or a team. Or, you know, oftentimes you're going to have leaders in leadership roles who are very insecure because they didn't get there by being an actual leader. So that's always, you know, that happens often. So that's always going to be in the back of their mind, and they're always going to be insecure. And you know those people the minute you start talking to them, okay? So be aware of those types. Oftentimes they're the gatekeeper. Again, they've gotten those jobs by other means, not by sheer talent and leadership skills. And that's just the world we live in. So, and that's not all leaders, of course, but that's, you know, that's enough leaders, pseudo leaders. So be aware of that, you know, and the dynamics that needs to change when you're dealing with someone who may be insecure about how confident you are. Yeah, King of Pentacles. You come in with the King of Pentacles, boy. That's going to work to your advantage, and also with some people, absolutely. And with other people, that's going to make them feel like, whoa. Are you going to take over? Are you going to take my job? Are you going to be chomping biting at my heels? I don't know. Just be aware. It's just energy I see out here. I do see it's primarily in the workforce with the Eight of Pentacles that follows that. Yeah. You've been a dynamic kid even. My gosh. Yeah, you've got the emotional. You can be around people emotionally and do incredible things, incredible work, I hear. And you can be very intellectual and do amazing, incredible work there. But people will get jealous of that, so watch out for the rumors that start that are completely false about you, especially when you have a lot of people that really enjoy you. You're always going to have somebody who's like, why am I not getting that attention? These are all things you know already. Ace of Pentacles out here. But you're looking for a new beginning. And the energy I feel here, if you're resonating with this, is a new beginning with others. And something, you know, that's not only intellectual and fulfilling, but where you're working with others. And there's something about know your material, know your subject, educate yourself so that, you know, even with the insecure leaders, you can say, but in this area, do you have experience? And, you know, you're in some sort of scenario where they don't, and they actually see, oh yeah, you would be good in this area. And I don't have any interest in learning that, or I don't know anything about that. So, you know, that's where you can come in too and still be super dynamic and super, you know, authentic you, where you take over an area nobody's interested in, or, you know, people feel like you're not stepping on others' toes, something like that. And there's good fortune with that strategy, I'm hearing. It's an injustice. You have to go through any of this, is what I see here. But it's just the truth of the matter, okay? So keep investing in yourself and also, like, tweaking yourself a little bit as you assimilate. Yeah, because you're trying to build some sort of foundation with others now. You have and will be successful. You've always been very successful on your own. And if this is romantically, then I see that that's a possibility too, but you have to, something has to end, like it's a relationship kind of lingering that you haven't really made a decision on. Something has to end in order for new love to reach you, for those of you interested in that. But I do feel like someone finds you very attractive. Yeah, you have lots of choices. Definitely lots of choices. Let's see. What are we looking at? Page of Cups. Get in sync. Where does the department need help? Where does a leader need help? be that help. Get in sync that way. People admire you. That's gonna go a lot of different ways, positive and negative. Just know that. Stay quiet about it. High Priestess in the reverse. Because I feel like Spirit's saying it doesn't last that long, so don't make a big deal out of it. Recognize it, know it's happening, stay quiet about it. It moves in and moves out just as quickly, that energy. The Devil, toxicity, Ace of Wands. Just watch what other people will perceive as toxicity when they perceive you as overly enthused or motivated or inspired. And I think it's phenomenal to be overly inspired and really have something light the fire under your feet. But this is just a note that not everybody is going to feel that way. They're going to be jealous of your inspiration. They're going to be jealous about your energy, your love of life, and in this mode that's so inspiring to you. There's just going to be, some negative that comes along with that. So just be aware. Sad, but true. Knight of Swords. Yes, it is their problem. It's not your problem. But if you're trying to work with them, it bleeds enough that it could be your problem. So navigate waters accordingly. You know what to do. You're a sharp cookie. Knight of Swords. You know what to do to keep things moving. You're very intellectual. Use your good instinct. Lean on your spirit team. Ask for advice. They will respond. How to navigate these waters. You'll get messages. You'll get downloads. If you're open to it, if you quiet the mind, you'll start seeing synchronicities happen. You'll start seeing the messages. Here we go. Final message, Taurus. For times that are messy, here's what I'm hearing. For times that may be messy in this area, Seven of Swords in the reverse. Do not engage in arguments. Stay happy. Sun. Stay enlightened. Wheel of Fortune. The energy will move out as quickly as it moves in. So stay grounded. Stay even keel. If the energy around you is like this, just be level. Don't let it get to you. And know that good fortune is on your side, okay? Good fortune on your side. Good things happen for you as you stay level-headed and grounded. One Oracle. Regeneration. I think this is you for others. You come in and it's like, whoa, you just regenerate the place. It's something you're extraordinary at. But it can be just intimidating at first, okay? So it's hard to get in your foot in the door if people are already intimidated. But also, if you meet the right people, they're going to be like, she's or he is exactly what we need to re-energize this place, okay? So kind of read the room and know how much to give initially. I'm definitely not saying pull back who you are naturally. I'm just saying tweak it a little bit until, you feel more comfortable with the group, and then be your authentic self, but maybe not all on the first day, okay? Let's go one more round. I don't want to end the video. I like this energy. I like this read, and I like you as a person. I think you're fabulous, but your style will intimidate others, and I think you're aware of it. Yeah, because you've got all that glitters isn't gold, and those are those false leaders, and they really have to work on what's going on with them. That's not your issue, but it is in that you still have to deal with them to maybe get your foot in the door or to get offers or, false people work really hard to keep their falsities going because, like I said, and I don't like to dwell too much in this energy, but they haven't earned truthfully the spot that they're in. So they have to do a lot of manipulations. blessed, but you are blessed. And the light will always win out. The blessed will always win out over the fool's gold. But I think you're also smart enough to work the fool's gold. Deep knowing and new life. Yeah, you're smart enough to work the fool's gold. You're smart enough to get in positions that are for you. Lean into that spirit team to help you get in those positions, to get those offers, and just be aware of some of the points that we've brought up here. Yeah, destined for a new life. You started out with, why don't I get these opportunities? Now you have a deeper knowing of the whys and can prepare for the new life, because it's really, I feel like from the get-go, it's what you had wanted, like a new life, a new energy, opportunity. Yeah. Harmony. How to get the energy moving. How to get the offers coming in. Yeah, take a look at some of the things that have come out in this read. Maybe watch it a couple times and see your strategy formulate and your goals start to come into focus. And how to get there. That's your message, Taurus. I think it's been a good one. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. I love the comments. I love the interaction. Let me know how this resonated with you. What's going on with you? Let me know if there's something in particular you'd like to hear and or have addressed, and we'll do a read on that. Until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.